Hopefully by tonight, we know who's in control of the country and the two sides of Congress so that our government leaders can get back to focusing on the people and get a stimulus check and a stimulus package done. Hello and welcome to today's November 3rd, second stimulus check update and second stimulus package update. Nancy Pelosi says that whether Trump wins or loses, she has two plans for how to get stimulus out to the people. President Trump vows to do a stimulus deal for the people and to help rebuild the restaurant and travel industry. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. And if you're not, consider subscribing right now. Did you know about 50% of the people that watch this haven't subscribed? I would highly recommend you do. I would love to have you. All right, now, we haven't even passed the most recent stimulus package, and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is already saying that she's prepared to do another package in 2021. So she's claiming that she's going to get one done between now and January, and then after Joe Biden becomes president, if he wins, they will do another stimulus. So kind of throwing out this, dangling this carrot of a potential additional stimulus. Now, where have I heard that before? Oh yeah, it was built into the Problem Solvers bill that could have been passed back in September, right? Remember, they wanted to do a $1.5 trillion package that had built in to do a third stimulus check if COVID or the economy were not where they wanted it to be. Well, guess what? That would have been passed in September, and now look, we need parts of the economy to get back to where they were, and COVID has gone up. So we would have got a third check, but now they've delayed that, right? So President Trump recently did an interview with one of the heads of the hospitality industry for the entire nation. In this interview, President Trump acknowledged that restaurants and hotels are both going to be need to be included in the next stimulus package. He again said that he will be looking to do a stimulus package, but in addition, they will be looking to do some kind of tax credit incentive or tax write-off incentive. For example, those that go on vacation would be able to write part of that off on their taxes, but then that gives them incentive to go spend money, to go stay in hotels, to go eat out at restaurants. At the same time, President Trump said that he is going to push to have the restaurant deductions brought back. Now, those were taken away about 30 years ago. After researching what that was, about 30 years ago, a business could write off 100% of the money they spent eating out if it was related to business. So they would take clients to lunch more, clients out to dinner more, they would travel more because they knew that they could write that off on their taxes. But then that tax deduction was removed. And according to this gentleman, they saw a big dip in the restaurant industry after businesses stopped eating out as much. And so that could be a good way to spur the economy and include that in the next stimulus deal. Now, Nancy Pelosi was interviewed on NPR, right? The radio host asked, will the American people have to wait until there is a new Congress next year before they see stimulus relief? This was such a great question. Pelosi replied, I certainly hope not. The American people need us to act now. Like, no, we don't need you to act now. We needed you to act back in July, August, September, and October. Okay, sorry. She said, we are asking the administration to have a strategic plan with testing and tracing. She then said the administration refuses to follow the science. Pelosi then went on to blame Majority Leader Mitch McConnell for pausing in the summer to review her $3.4 trillion deal. She then made a huge claim. she claimed that 150,000 people died because of Mitch McConnell's pause. That's a pretty bold statement to attribute to one other person. And again, I'm just telling you what she said, right? This is not any of my own opinion. So she is saying that 150,000 people died because of Mitch McConnell. Now, I don't disagree that I think that they should not have paused as long as they did. Like, they should have gotten a deal done in July as they promised, and they should probably have been working on another deal right now instead of right now working on the deal that should have been done in July. Now, on a side note, over 200,000 people have died of COVID, and it's incredibly sad. I know people in the community have lost family and friends and coworkers. It was predicted that 2.2 million Americans would die back in March. So some are saying that, hey, this lockdown, it was not for nothing. We saved over 2 million lives, while others are saying that now they're saying that 75% of all the COVID deaths are because of Mitch McConnell. So whether that's fair or not, I'm just telling you what Pelosi said in this interview. My beef with McConnell personally is, whether it was 3.4 trillion or 2 trillion, was that this deal should have been done by now, right? Like, I think McConnell went too slow and Pelosi went too big, and those two crashed, right? It just did not allow either side of Congress to move forward. Okay, now today we will know if the Republicans will maintain control of the Senate, and today we will know if the Democrats will maintain control of the House of Representatives, or if they will flip-flop, or if we'll see a red wave or a blue wave. Tonight is the night, right? And either way, I'm hoping that because they don't have to campaign for a president or their own seat, they can just go back to Washington, D.C. and do what is right for the people, right? Like, there was some pressure going in to maintain your party's beliefs about money or helping people. And now some of that, I think, gets to go away. And hopefully they will be able to pass a deal regardless of who wins the presidency. Like I mentioned yesterday, starting in a day or two, the election for the Senate and the House will be over. And that should allow them to refocus their efforts on the American people. It is Pelosi who has said that she still thinks a deal could start discussions again this week. So we'll see if that happens. Now, Pelosi continued by harping on how awful President Trump is. She said every American is strong enough to endure one term of him, but 2 terms would be too much. It's no secret that there are bad feelings between Trump and Pelosi, and honestly, those bad feelings probably did lead to some of this stimulus delay. So hopefully, regardless of the outcome, whether Trump wins or loses, they can get something done for the American people. Now, Pelosi then said the only outcome she can hold in her mind is that Democrats win the presidency, the Senate, and the House of Representatives. I don't know that will happen, but she's saying that that's the only idea she can hold in her mind. Again, I have no idea what the outcome will be. Many polls are pointing to Joe Biden, but those same polls that predicted Hillary 4 years ago, were somewhat off, and Trump ended up winning. So I guess we'll know in a short amount of hours who the American people want and who the Electoral College want. I'm not going to give an opinion on that. This is a finance channel. That's why I try to stay balanced. I try not to be a political channel. At the end of the day, regardless of who's in control or who's in power, I believe it's up to you to control your own household economy the best that you can. And that's why I try to give tools with my books and this channel. I will continue to bring you ideas about how to control your own economy and grow and prepare for retirement. Now, the stock market is green today. Many believe this could be because Trump will continue. Others are saying they believe that Biden will win, but there won't be a major drop in the market. And others say we just think that a winner will be chosen in 24 hours. So I don't really know why the stock market is green. Those are kind of the three scenarios. The stock market being green the day of the election isn't a guarantee of who's going to win, but it does signal that they expect a smooth outcome for the election. So that's interesting information. If the stimulus negotiation is drawn out until February, which some have been saying could happen, there is talk of there being retroactive pay. I don't know if that means retroactive stimulus checks or retroactive unemployment boost. But either way, last I checked, you can't retroactively feed your children or yourself. And they need to get something in place for everybody who's behind on rent to help the renters and the landlords. With only one stimulus check being given, if you do the math, they have essentially given us less than $5 a day to be in this lockdown. It's just pitiful, right? Now, Chief Investment Strategist of Nuveen, Brian Nix, says, the next major catalyst for the economy and markets is fiscal relief. But there are no training wheels, right? There's nothing in place right now. The lack of support during the fourth quarter will hurt consumers and small businesses. So they have to get something done after the election. They cannot wait till February. But we will see what they end up doing. All right, well, Pelosi and Mnuchin could start negotiation talks as early as Wednesday or Thursday of this week. Mnuchin has not said much, but he may just be waiting until the election's over, or he may be waiting for Pelosi to reach out. There's no indication that she's reached out to him since their letter fight last week. All right, this is my update for today. As I know more, I will share more. I just want to remind you that regardless of who takes the Senate or the House or the presidency, that you are amazing. Please don't forget that. I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.